Hey everyone, thank you so much for being here today. My name is Denise. I'm also known as heywigsister on Instagram and Facebook. Today I'm here to bring you a wig review. This is Determined from their Statements line, and it's in the color R10, which is also known as Chestnut. This is an adorable style that the wig company did send me so that I could show it to all of you. If you want to know more about it, stick around. I can't wait to show it to you. I am so grateful to the wig company for sending me this piece so I could show all of you and give you another great budget-friendly option for you to consider. This style is such a classic sort of big barrel curly bob in a beautiful brunette. I really can't wait to tell you all about it, and I can't wait to show you this color outside, but let's look at it from all around first. I feel so pretty in this hair, and I definitely feel professional. Like, this is such a great hairstyle for a professional event or work, or even for a really fancy event, a wedding, anything like that. This is just one of those styles that when you have it on your head, you just feel really, really pretty. And I'm really loving it. Now, this has a basic cap, or otherwise known as machine-made cap. So there are no cap features, there's no lace front, there's no monofilament. And I will tell you, my one, I don't want to call it a complaint, but my one struggle with this one has really been the front. Getting this to lay in a way that is comfortable, that doesn't look wiggy, and that doesn't just consistently hang in my eyes has been a real challenge. So we'll talk a little bit about that. And I will just say right from the very beginning, if you are a bang wearer and you wind up cutting bangs in most of the wigs that you purchase, this would be so cute with bangs, and then you would completely solve the front problem, because if you just pull a little bit of these fibers forward and you cut a little bit of a bang in, you're good. It won't be an issue at all anymore. It's for those of us who don't wear bangs and don't want to cut bangs in our wigs that I think this will be a little bit of a challenge. I think it can be overcome, but I want you to be realistic, and that if you were to purchase this one, it's not going to be perfect out of the box. Now, you might get one that lays a little bit better in the front. That is a variation that you will see in wigs. How the front lays, whether there's lift in the front or not, where the curl pattern falls in relation to the fibers around the face, all of that will vary from piece to piece. So I would watch other reviews and see how other reviewers' wigs were falling on them with this style, because I definitely think you will see variation in that. So like I said, this has a machine-made cap, so there is some Permatease on this one, and you will find Permatease sort of coating the entire cap. So it's not heavy, and right around here, it's really just crimpy fibers. There's nothing pillowy or poofy. Really anywhere, there's the tiniest bit of poof right here, but it's really moderate. It's not heavy Permatease, but there is some, and I think that it's exactly the amount that's appropriate for a style like this, and you can't avoid Permatease totally if you're going to be looking at wigs with no cap features. So if you're looking for something that doesn't have an itchy lace front, for example, if you find them itchy, or if you just want something a little more budget friendly, then you are probably going to be facing wigs with at least some Permatease. This is definitely, though, on the low side and isn't super pillowy or poofy, which for some that'll be a good thing, but for others, if you're looking at this thinking I would love to like get in there and get it really big, you're not really going to be able to get it too big, because there isn't Permatease there to hold it. Now, when I do this, it looks like I'm giving it some volume, but without the Permatease to kind of keep that in place, what'll happen is gravity, the heat of your head, is going to make that so that it sinks down a little bit throughout the course of the day. So you'd have to keep doing that, which is, if you're fine with that, I'm fine with that, but just so that you know, because I know that's a question that I get a lot. So this is made with heat-friendly fibers, which I know that there's people out there who love them, and I know there's people out there who hate them, but overall, what I love about this wig is how realistic the fibers feel. They are so soft and so silky. I mean, they feel very, very realistic and so good. And because they're the heat-friendly fibers, you don't get synthetic shine. So sometimes with synthetic wigs, some people find that they can be a little shiny, and that feels like a dead giveaway that it's a wig. Now, everybody's a little bit differently sensitive to shine. I'm not super sensitive to shine myself, so I don't find a lot of wigs shiny. But one thing that's pretty universal is the heat-friendly fibers do not look shiny like a lot of other regular synthetic wigs. So if you struggle with shine on wigs, keep in mind that heat-friendly fibers might be a great option for you because they won't be super shiny. So let's take a look at the cap construction on this one, just so that you can get a sense of what I mean by a machine made or basic cap if you're not familiar. So you've got no lace front, no monofilament here. There is some Permatease up here, but like I said, not heavy at all. You have open ear tabs with bendable stays, and look at the amount of hair that's sewn in on the ear tabs. What happens when they sew a lot of hair on the ear tabs is you get a lot of coverage on the sides. So if you struggle with coverage on the sides or your bio hair showing a lot, this one will help with that. There is no extended nape, and there's Velcro adjusters, and you can see I have this one cinched in. This is running a little big in my opinion. So I have a 22-inch circumference, and I have this cinched in quite a bit. So I would call this big head friendly. I hope that doesn't offend anyone, but that's a common term that's used, and I get asked that a lot. Is it big head friendly? And so I would say yes. And there is a lot of stretch. So I have it cinched in enough that I can confidently say that if you have a 22.5-inch circumference, you are going to be fine. If you have bigger than that, I still think this is probably going to be okay, especially if you're used to your wigs feeling just a little snug. It's really hard for me to say once we get a 1/2 inch bigger than me, unless the cap is so big it doesn't fit me, it's really hard for me to guarantee that it's going to fit, but I really have to believe that it's going to fit bigger than 22.5 inches. And I know that the wig company has a great return policy for their house brand wigs. At least they used to. I guess I haven't looked at it in a while, so double check it, but it used to be really excellent for their house brand wigs, and so it could be something you could try with very little risk. I do get some extra cap up here, so there is, you know, I'm pretty small over the top of my head, so that lends me to think that that part of it is at least true to average, and there is great coverage on the sides. These ear tabs come down low enough that I get really good coverage, and with all the hair sewn on the ear tabs like that, I really don't have to worry about coverage. You can tuck this one though, at least if your measurements are similar to mine or smaller. Things like tucking, like wearing glasses, are all subjective, and it's really hard to know if it's going to be a good thing for you just based on the reviewer, unless your measurements are identical. But this is really cute tucked like that, and you can put clips in, you can do twists. I would say the only thing that I'm really struggling with is this whole front section. It just doesn't want to lay right, and I think it would require some work, some manipulation, maybe even some thinning in the very front if you're not going to cut bangs in. Again, with the piece that I have, it could be so different than the one that you get, but I just want you to be really realistic about it. Other than that, it feels amazing, it moves amazing. These curls are so cute. I really think this is a darling, darling piece. And as far as visible Permatease goes, which can be a problem, it's not really a problem, but the Permatease can be visible in a basic cap wig. This one, very, very little right there. It's hard to avoid with a basic cap wig that doesn't have a lot of curl on the top. When you get a basic cap wig that has a lot of curl on the top, you don't tend to see down to cap at all. And so then you oftentimes don't see any visible Permatease, but if you've got some flatness up here, there could be a little bit of visible Permatease. The things that will mitigate that are curl, volume, rooted colors or dark colors will tend to show less permatease than lighter non-rooted colors. So if you tend to wear lighter colors and you don't like rooting, that's something you may want to consider. Now, ways that you deal with visible permatease. You get in there with your fingers and with a wide tooth comb and you kind of pick up the fibers and you wake up the top of the wig so that you're lifting the fibers above the permatease. And accessories. I have a headband here. I'm trying to remember to always throw a headband down here for these. You can take any kind of a headband. I absolutely love these type that are nice and firm, but they look like they've got a scarf tied around them. They're not tight. They don't squeeze your head. They fit great with wigs. And so you can take a headband. You can mess around with the style however you want. You can't pull this all the way back, but you could pull a little bit back. You could tuck a little. You could bobby pin some. However you want to do it. You could pull some of this hair up so that you can like lift it up over the headband a little bit. You just play with that. But the point I'm trying to make is that this will hide any visible permatease. So if you're struggling with that, I would recommend that you get yourself a few of these kind of cute headbands. If you can wear headbands, not everybody can feel comfortable in headbands. And that way you'll hide it. And that will open up possibilities for you for different styles and for different price point of wigs. I have in the description of this video a link to my Amazon store. I have tons of these headbands linked in there and clips and different things that I think are just so good to have as a wig wearer. So if you want to go find these headbands, you can find that in my Amazon store. All right, you guys, let's talk about color. This color is so pretty. It is called Chestnut. It's also called R10. It is a very dynamic color. It has nice, rich brunette, and it's got some nice medium auburn all through it. It's definitely a highlighted color. I mean, you can see the different tones, the different shades, but it's not heavily highlighted. It's not streaky. If you love your rich chocolatey brunettes, but you like a little bit of highlighting, a little bit of pop of color, and you do like auburn, this is a beautiful, beautiful color. So pretty. You can see some of that really nice medium auburn, and then the nice rich medium dark brown. No rooting, so it's consistent all the way through. So this is a very warm color, but I wouldn't call it red. I mean, the auburn is definitely have red tones, but it doesn't have any kind of like cherry red or bright red or violet red. It's a very, very beautiful caramel auburn blend. Throw this back on so you can see it on me one more time before we get outside. Just darling. So I did an out of the box for Instagram. It's a minute long. I do them and I speed them up. It's kind of a new thing I do. So I will tack that on the end. So you'll be able to see what this looked like right out of the box. All I did to this piece was comb it out, shake it out, and I finger styled it while I tried to figure out how to get this front to lay. I didn't put any product in this. I didn't do anything to modify or alter this style in any way. This is just shaking out, finger combing, and combing with a wide tooth comb. That's all I did. And you'll be able to see exactly what it looked like out of the box. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you so much, Wig Company, for sending me this piece so I could share it with all of my wig sisters. Let's get outside so you can see this color outside. I appreciate that you're here today, and I am so grateful to be on this wig journey with you. I will talk to you guys soon. All right, everyone, we're outside. It is drizzling. I've been having some trouble the last few days getting videos filmed because it's been raining, but I'm going to do it anyway. It's starting to rain a little harder, so I'll have to get under an underhang, but at least I'm out right now so you can see it in outdoor light. You can hear it starting to rain harder. All right, let me get underneath an underhang here. Overhang, I should say. Under the overhang. So you can see beautiful medium dark brown, beautiful auburn. It's pretty and sophisticated and a little bit understated. It isn't a big standout color. It's so rich. All right, guys, I wish I could have gotten a sunny day for you, but the weather doesn't always cooperate. So hopefully this helped and you were able to get what you needed. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon. Here we are with the out of the box as promised. Just a little voiceover here for you guys so that you're not just watching in silence, I guess. A lot of this you don't need to know because you already saw it all. The main point is for you to be able to see exactly what it looked like out of the box. We see it at the same time in these out of the boxes. So any reaction I give is very genuine. See how good it looks out of the box? Seriously. If you can just get that front tamed, you're golden. And maybe your front won't need to be tamed like mine. My bang girls are going to love this style. Cut some bangs in. Oh my gosh. Darling. Hope this helped you guys. Thank you so much for watching.